It is morning in Los Angeles and it is morning in America. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and today is Wednesday, September the 16th, and this is my morning political thought. All right. Also, it's probably still smoky in Los Angeles. I haven't looked outside this morning since I woke up, but more than likely the smoke is still out there. So it's still smoky here too, I'm sure. Last night, before I go into what my morning political thought is, for all the sports fans, the Big Ten, it has now, they made a change to their decision. The players will play. It will start happening at the end of October. I believe, I told you I do things from memory here. I believe it's October the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, or the 26th. But I think it's the 23rd. So they will play at the end of October. They will start playing again at the end of October. So that way, people will have something to watch for those who are into sports. I'm not a huge sports person, but for those who are, the Big Ten is back on the table. All right. As for the town hall last night, the town hall was interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because obviously I I don't trust anything with George Stephanopoulos. Everybody knows whose side he's on, and he's anything but fair and balanced. So I when I heard about it, I wasn't planning on watching it. But then I started watching it. First, I started watching it on Steven Crowder's channel, Louder with Crowder, while they were watching it. And then I switched to, because even though I love Steven Crowder, he was talking too much. I switched to a different one with the Daily Wire. I think it was this guy. And he would usually talk during the commercial breaks, is what he would do. So I was watching it, the one where the young lady lost her mother, that was really sad. The other, one of the questions where the other lady had asked the president what has been the hardest thing during his administration. I honestly thought he was going to say dealing with the Democrats, but obviously President Trump was being more of a politician then, because in the past, like in front of the press, or if he's scolding the press or giving his thoughts on something, he usually says the hardest people to deal with are the Democrats. He's like, not Putin, not Kim Jong Un, not President Xi. It's usually the Democrats where he has the most issues at. But when he was asked that question of what has been the hardest thing during your presidency, he brought up the current pandemic. So I felt he was being a little bit political there, which is understandable. Also, he was more subdued too. And I really believe that was the politician coming out in him, because he knew this was on ABC and he didn't want to give off a crazy, let me rephrase. He didn't want to start a crazy news cycle afterwards, because he knew ABC and all the other outlets would pick and choose and take anything they could and twist it and pull it out of context and do that. So that's probably another reason why he was more subdued, because right after the town hall was over with, he retweeted a thing of this guy with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden was, it's like you have to if go to President Trump's Twitter feed, Joe Biden is at the podium or whatever, and he has his cell phone, and Joe Biden's like, hold on a minute, and then they start playing F the police, but obviously Joe Biden didn't play that. But that's what was added in or manipulated or altered in the audio. So it was really funny. And as I was going down looking at the comments, everyone was laughing hard. It was hilarious. So right after he did the town hall where he was a little bit more subdued, as soon as he gets on Twitter, that happened. So I thought that was really funny. But as for the town hall itself, the one thing that really stuck with me was this one lady. She was so rude, like really rude, like just angry. That was this one lady. When they talk about ABW, angry black woman, that one lady was the epitome of that. I don't care how many degrees she has. Because she was talking about, long story short, she has pre-existing conditions. And she talked about that. Then she's like, but I went and I got my bachelor's and I got my master's and I got my doctorate and da 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 da, whatever, whatever, whatever. Yeah, great for her. Rah, rah, rah. Okay. My thing is this. Clearly, those degrees didn't teach her anything. She didn't learn anything while obtaining those degrees because she was talking to the president of the United States of America. That's number one. So after, when her demeanor totally threw all of those degrees that she brought up at the beginning out the window. I cannot stand President Obama. But if I met President Obama or former President Obama, I would still be somewhat cordial. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, you did this and you did this and why aren't you doing this? I wouldn't have an attitude to my voice. I would still call him out in a polite way, more of a question way. Like, why did you not do anything when it comes to Ukraine? What was the deal with Crimea? Why didn't you go to their aid? Why didn't you sell them lethal weapons and so on and so forth? And what is it with the Paris Climate Accord? Could you not see that all the money was being sucked out of the United States of America? And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And how she was saying it was the issue that I had. And it wasn't just me. There were other people, including the person who was watching the town hall that I was watching with online. Even he said the same thing, like, wow, with the pre-existing conditions, I'm surprised President Trump didn't bring up that a month ago he had already said he was working on an executive order for pre-existing conditions, because even though the Affordable Care Act does cover pre-existing conditions, he said he was looking to do an executive order as sort of like a double layer, just to give people more assurance that pre-existing conditions will always be covered regardless of whatever changes happen to any type of healthcare reform. So if the Affordable Care Act is removed and done, then he's looking to do an executive order to have that there. In addition to, he's already said he will not sign legislation presented by either party that doesn't include pre-existing conditions. He said that I don't know how many times. He's almost said it as many times as he's condemned white supremacists. And that's a lot, whether the media wants to admit it or not. So all of this anger and vitriol that was coming from that woman, it just didn't make any sense. It's like she didn't realize she was talking to the president of the United States. And then when he attempted to start to answer her question, she's like, well, no, I'm talking, let me finish. And it's like, wait, hold on. Wow. And it wasn't polite. If she still had more to say, she could have said, excuse me, Mr. President, I'm not done yet. I have just a little bit more. I just need just a little bit more of your time so I can finish the rest of my question and explain what I'm asking you. But she didn't do that. All the degrees that she earned didn't give her the ability to articulate what she needed to in front of the President of the United States of America. Whether you like him or not, he is still the President of the United States of America. That's how it is. I don't like Bill Clinton, but he's still the former President of the United States of America. And that woman that was the epitome of angry black woman. And I hate that because not all black women are like that. There are black women who are composed, intelligent, have sense. Even when they're angry, they know how to carry themselves, especially when dealing with the President of the United States of America. They don't just throw caution and everything else to the wind and come out with the claws and everything. So that woman was really rude. That was the thing that stuck with me that night. And I wish that it didn't, because now with millions and millions of people watching, some who may be on the president's side of support, they're probably thinking, oh, wow, another angry black woman. Or even some people on the left or on the other side is like, oh, wow, another angry black woman. It's like it wasn't needed, is my point. It wasn't needed. To get your point across, especially to the president, you don't have to do it in an angry manner. You just have to say what you have to say. And quiet as is kept, that was a softball for George Stephanopoulos anyway. If she would have gotten it out, George Stephanopoulos is going to run cover anyway. So if she would have done it in a nice way, whatever President Trump said after that, George Stephanopoulos would have ran cover for her on it to try and make the president look bad, because of course that's what he does. That's his job. Not to hold the president accountable, but to make the president look bad. That is George Stephanopoulos' job. So that's how I felt about that, and that's my morning political thought. So if you ever come in contact with the President of the United States, whether current or former, if you do not like that individual and you have something on your mind, please say it with a little bit of class and grace in person. Now, obviously, if you have a YouTube channel or a podcast like moi, it's whatever. This is all entertainment. Solid information. Solid information. Because I come with the facts. And from memory, too, out of all things. I come with the facts. But in person, if you're interacting with someone in person, come with a little bit of class and grace, regardless of how you may feel. I can't stand Hillary Clinton. And if she's watching this, Hillary, I can't stand you. But if I meet you in person, I'll come with a little bit of class and grace. I'll have some questions for you. I'll have quite a few questions for you. But I'll ask them with class and grace in person, is what I will do. And that's what that woman should have done. And that's all I have for my morning political thought. To everyone who's been supporting and watching and subscribing and liking and all that other good stuff, it really means a lot to me. ThePurpleElephantShow.com is the main podcasting platform. My political thought the morning political thought is a supplement to The Purple Elephant Show, which is a weekend show. The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram. I post a lot of screenshots and, of course, news on updates when I upload episodes on there. The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, so we can parlay. Facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show, @RealTPES on Twitter. And of course, now on BitChute, I've been uploading episodes on BitChute as well. So anybody who is a BitChute person, you can type in the Purple Elephant Show there and you will see. If you're watching on YouTube or Daily Motion, feel free to click the subscribe button on YouTube, followed by the notification bell. On Daily Motion, it's just the subscribe button. And then you will know when I upload new videos to the platforms. Again, thank you everyone for all of your support. I sincerely appreciate it. Until next time, be blessed.